My name is Kingsmill Bond. I work for Carbon Tracker, which is a financial market think tank that focuses on the implications of the energy transition for investors. I worked as a financial strategist for about 25 years, looking at a wide range of factors and what they mean for equity investors, such as the rise of China, the internet, and the rise of US shale. And I've never seen a driver as profound and as significant as the energy transition. Energy is a foundation technology upon which rests everything else. So the last energy transition of this type took place 200 years ago in the shift from biomass to fossil fuels. That made possible the Industrial Revolution and the modern world. It rescued humanity from the Malthusian trap. It enabled us to increase our global population sevenfold and increase tenfold our wealth per capita. This energy transition will have consequences as profound and as significant, I would suggest. As we moved from expensive, dirty, and concentrated fossil fuels to cheap, clean, universal, renewable energy sources. The transition creates huge risks, but also huge opportunities. The risks center around the decline and fall of the enormous fossil fuel system, with $30,000 billion of fixed assets, dozens of petrostates, a quarter of the world's equity markets, half of the world's corporate bond markets, all vulnerable to the shift from growth to decline. The opportunity is to build a new world of clean, cheap, local energy available to all, a new development tool for the poor. The main driver so far has been the collapse in prices of solar, wind, and battery technologies to below those of fossil fuel prices. The main impediment to change is the force of incumbency and the force of inertia. The solution is clear: make the polluters pay and unleash the creative talents of humanity. Thank you.